how to wake up in the morning. Number one, let's talk about one important piece. This: how do you do it without disturbing the spouse? Because we don't want to make the spouse angry.
No adversarial relationships with the spouse at 4:30.
No, not at 4:30. So one of the things, real easy one out of the gate: get an escalating alarm. So what that means is it starts off quiet, and it gets louder. It gets progressively louder. I am a much lighter sleeper than my wife, so this is not that big of a deal to me, and I can't answer. I've slept with roommates that wanted to sleep, like in the military, you got bunk together or whatever. So I've dealt with this a little bit, but it's really no factor. Get an escalating alarm, and then when that thing goes off, you wake up before it gets too loud to wake your spouse. It should be on your side of the bed so you can make it happen. Or you can pick a song that starts off nice and mellow and that kind of builds. And for a long time, for this particular reason, I used to have, there's a band called The Sword.
Sure,
and
Sword.
And they have a song called Iron Swan. And it starts off nice and mellow. And if you don't get up in time, it's coming. So you gotta...
So it's like a kind of like a game within the game right there, where you got to beat the clock too.
Yes, you got to beat the clock. You got to get up and turn that thing, because otherwise it's and then you're too late.
What is it? Black Swan?
No, Iron Swan.
Iron Swan.
It's the sword.
The sword. Yeah.
Because there's times in my life where I will put like the ultimate shocker of a tune in my playlist that if I need to get up and I need to get up and get on it, like there's a song called Repeat Process by 100 Demons. That song will get you out of bed. It will get you out of bed. When it kicks in, it just comes. It's like an explosion happens in your room. And it's a great song by a great band. But anyways, but in this case, you don't want to go with 100 Demons.
No.
You don't want to go with Repeat Process. You want to go with The Sword, Iron Swan, or an escalating alarm. Now, once you do that, you gotta have the gear pre-staged. The morning gear has to be pre-staged. So we're not in the dressing. We're not pulling open drawers. We're not flipping on lights. We're not searching for stuff. No, we get up. We walk out of the room.
Yeah.
Quietly, stealth mode. Then you get to either the bathroom. Now, if you have the bathroom en suite, maybe you have some stuff staged in the other bathroom in the house. So you just walk right out of the room, shut the door, and you're good. You made your escape.
Yep.
And I'll tell you another thing. A little heads up. Make sure that you that you turn off your secondary and your tertiary alarms. So if you're like me and you sleep with multiple alarm clocks, if you leave, because they go off sequentially, right? You got your first one, iPhone, then you got your second one, battery powered, then you got your third one, wind up. The wind up is the gnarly last one with the right?
Right.
If you leave that thing, if you forget to shut that thing off before you walk out, you're going to hear about it. You can hear about it, because now when it goes off, it's a startler, because it doesn't go off. I mean, 50% of the time I'm up before the alarms. But if you leave that one on there, it's a startler, and then your spouse is waking up in a panic mode, because now they don't know where it is. There's effort. They're being attacked. It's a gnarly situation. So shut off the secondary and tertiary alarms, and then get out of the room. And then maybe even have your toothbrush and your toothpaste staged in another bathroom or in the kitchen or whatever. Got your workout gears not in a drawer by the bed where you're pulling that open and making that racket. No, you just get up and you leave. So then that's how you do it. That's how I do it. What do you do to stay alert throughout the day? I think one of the things you gotta do is check your diet, right? Check the diet. Make sure, in my opinion, you're not ingesting a ton of carbohydrates, because those are going to make you tired. They're going to make you excited or make you fired up for about 20 minutes. I don't know. Haven't had them in a long. People ask me all the time, and they're surprised that I work out without caffeine in the morning. But I'm telling you, give it a try.
Yeah.
Because it'll be harder. Maybe it's harder for you to get out of bed. Maybe it's harder for you to get ready. Maybe it's harder for you to get into the gym with no caffeine. And maybe it's harder for you to start your workout with no caffeine. But once you start the workout, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And if it is, good. Make your workout harder. You know, I don't think it's that big of a deal. So don't become addicted to the caffeine, and that's going to be, because that can get problematic. And then, power nap, talked about this before. If you need to, you take a little power nap. You take 6 to 8 minutes, you set your alarm clock, you elevate your feet above your heart, you lay down, and you black out. If you're really tired, 6 to 8 minutes, you feel like a rock star after one of those.
Yep. Agree.
And another thing you can do if you're tired during the day, no big deal. Just find a little corner somewhere, go bang some push-ups out. Go bang out 10 burpees.
Yeah, get the blood flowing.
Just get the blood flowing.
Yeah.
There's no way. It's physiologically impossible to do burpees and remain tired. Whatever burpees, you can tell you since you turned into a physiology major over here tonight. If you want to tell me what that does physiologically, I don't know, but I do know this: if you knock out 10 burpees, it's a small prescription, you will not be tired for at least a half an hour. You're not going to be 10 burpees and then feel tired. Hey, and by the way, go to bed earlier at night.
Yeah.
Go to bed earlier at night. I go to bed usually around 11. I don't recommend that. I don't recommend going to bed at 11 and getting up at 4:30. No, I don't recommend that. I recommend going to bed when you get tired. Shut your computer off, stop looking at the interwebs, and go to sleep. You know what? Go read an actual book, because that make you tired. That will make you tired. That's like the opposite of burpees. Go read a book, and just sit there, and you will get more tired.
Yeah, unless it's like a real exciting or interesting book.
Imagine if you woke up every day and you were like, I only got 4 hours of sleep and I'm crushed today.
Exactly right.
I actually believe I work better on less sleep. How you like them apples? When we're getting ready to record the podcast, the day before I record the podcast, that night, I like to sleep less, like 4 hours, because I feel like it sharpens. I'll tell you what, to be quite honest, what I think it does, it brings my emotions a little closer to the surface. When I sleep less, I'm a little bit more exposed. I'm a little bit more vulnerable, right? Mentally.
Right.
And I need that.
Right.
Because otherwise I just become very detached. I become very detached. And it's so I want it when I come in here, I want to be on the fringe a little bit.
Right.
What I mean?
Yeah, that's what
I want to be exposed. I want to be walking in here being like, man, this is an intense